9 things that reveal a lot about you. Some subtleties reveal so much about us even without us knowing. How a person reacts to their parking spot being taken tells you so much about yourself and your personality traits. It can show possessiveness or indifference. Imagine that you had a deadline to meet and your internet just decided to be slow. The way you react to it can tell you so much about how patient you are as a person. In some psychological context, even how you pair up your clothes and the color of your interior decoration tells so much about your character. These things may not be 100% accurate, but they are tested and based on an average strike. People like to present a front when they are around others, and an excellent way to measure one's correct behavior is by watching the things they do or say, but not directly to or at you. In college, I assisted producing a final thesis for a psychology student. We made people rate how much they would like to approach random people on campus based on their interactions with others. These people had various personalities and were planted on campus to act their usual selves. We recorded that over 63% of the respondents were willing to approach people who didn't seem to have a confident body language because they associated them with already having many friends and potentially not looking for more. In addition, these respondents noted that walking relatively slower and with their head down or listening to music is much more approachable. A good reason for this video is that people usually want to be better and check their attitude, but they do not know where to look. So this video gives you a chance to evaluate the subtle things you do and how they read into your overall personality. Before I talk about the main points, make sure you hit the subscribe button now. Number 1. How often you check your phone. The habit of checking one's phone is a general millennial to Gen Z problem. This problem of constantly being on your phone. It is a digital age. Many jobs require you to be behind gadgets for hours, like mine. Then there is the pandemic that shifted everything, including labor online. Corporations have been forced to eliminate the waste of employees traveling to and from work when employees could do these jobs virtually. Again, everyone will have to be attached to a device if they do not want to miss work. That said, certain people will check their phone even when they are off work. Some people have a habit of fidgeting with their phones even when interacting with their immediate surroundings. Studies suggest that a person who is addicted to their phones is likely struggling with their mental health. For example, a person who has some form of social anxiety disorder will be glued to their smartphones to avoid social awkwardness. So if you know someone like this, maybe you should offer support and be there for them more. Number 2. How they treat service staff. A general rule of thumb is that the best way to tell who a person is by watching how they treat someone they consider as having nothing to offer them. This strategy means you can tell if a person is empathetic or not by observing their interaction with the postman, the cab driver, the waiter, and a domestic employee. If they are not kind to the people who they don't consider to be on their level, it is only a matter of time before they mistreat you too. Service staff are vital because we cannot do their jobs and also do ours. We need other people to provide other services, so if you treat certain types of service staff a certain way because of their financial situation, you might be a terrible person. So next time a person is overacting because a waiter got their order wrong or is mistreating their laundry lady, know that they are not a kind person. Number 3. Eye contact. In the movies, when a person tells someone to look into their eyes, it is a way to show that they may be lying or they may be in doubt. It is not so different in real life. A person who avoids eye contact is usually embarrassed by what they say or is still in deep thought. So once a person is looking down while speaking, they are assumed to lack self-confidence. On the contrary, maintaining eye contact is a dominant personality trait. It shows that one is confident and in tune with themselves. Number 4. Handshake. A person may possess a firm handshake if they are open to new ideas, are liberal, and extroverted. A firm handshake may also be attributed to intelligence. If you met someone enthusiastic about shaking your hands while holding your gaze, they are more likely to leave an excellent first impression on you. Conversely, a weaker handshake may be attributed to shyness and nervousness. This point means that a person who has a less firm handshake and lacks initial enthusiasm will probably not leave you with a lasting impression. Number 5. Shoes. The kind of shoes a person wears can tell so much about them. It is often said that the first thing a person notices about you is your shoes. If your shoes are always clean, well-maintained, and new, it may be a sign that you suffer from anxiety, and you are hoping people stare at your shoes instead of staring at you. On the other hand, if a person wears dirty sneakers, they are often said to be an artist or expressive. It is also commonly known that a person who wears comfortable shoes is quite contentious and open, while people who wear uncomfortable shoes are calm and very agreeable. Number 6. Subtly put others down. People don't usually tell you straight how they feel about things, but they ask snarky questions that make you want to give up on something you like. There is a tone of judgment that a person can use to ask questions, subtly putting others off their interests and putting others down. Number 7. Drinking out of a cup. The way that a person drinks out of a cup tells you what they may be experiencing or what personality trait they have. For example, if a person drinks out of a cup with their eyes closed, they are most likely taking pleasure in their drink because of a personal pain they may be experiencing. The other ways could be either looking into your cup or looking over the cup. A person is looking into the cup maybe because they are introverted and very insightful. They are being self-aware and refusing to see if anyone is looking at them. On the other hand, a person looking over their cup proves extroversion and a carefree attitude. These persons are charismatic and may be energetic and outgoing. Number 8. Shopping for oneself only. This problem could be attributed to being cheap or not very thoughtful, but it has its personality implications. This situation is when a person goes out to get something for themselves and does not consider asking if anyone wants anything. This idea could be going to the grocery store to bring snacks or take them out and forgetting to ask if anyone wants anything. That is, if we can say one forgets. It only shows that you are pretty selfish. If the bill is the problem, a good friend will most likely offer to pay you back when you return. It gets worse when a person buys the snack or food and eats it in front of you without asking if you wanted one. Number 9. Whether you show up on time or not. A person showing up on time or not may be attributed to punctuality. This punctuality issue means if you show up on time, you respect other people's time, and if you show up late, you are just not a respecter of time. It is also notable that if a person is late, they most likely multitasked. A person having a tight schedule and still squeezing in time to make it to your event will probably be late. Multitasking people are more likely to underestimate all factors before they accept invitations. A person who shows up on time is usually very calculative and can cancel several tasks on time. So what have you learned today? Do you show up on time? Do you get things for everyone else when you are out? Are you addicted to your smartphone? Hopefully, this video helps and you have learned a thing or two about yourself or the people around you.